focus this onto me eyes. Well, have you heard this song recently? It goes like this.
What's poppin'?
How good is it? Today I'm going to be shooting on the Sigma 35mm f1.4 and my Sony a7R Mark IV. Super sharp lens, good for portrait, good for getting a lot of depth. The only thing is, I have no idea what photo I want to get. So we're going to go at it with an open mind and we're just going to start walking around the house. Let's go. So, first self-portrait idea. What can we see? Okay, right now, first thing I can see here is these beautiful... Oh, I may or may not have just broken it, but we've got some flowers. First shot, flower photography. I want the camera to be like shooting through these flowers. And I'm gonna shoot this portrait, so we'll move it over like this. Before we get started, apparently there is an app on your phone that you can connect up to your camera called Imaging Edge Mobile, and you can connect your camera up to your phone. And as you can see here, I can just sort of get the focus and everything. I'll focus this onto me eyes. Alright, ready? Jesus Christ, this is actually insane. It's actually not too bad for a home photography self-portrait. I'm pretty happy with that. I think, yeah, that one's my favorite, yeah. We fully painted this room, and by we, I mean my mum and my sister did, because this is my sister's new room, so it's completely white. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. It's like the perfect spot. It's like a photo studio at home. I didn't even realize. I just realized I came back to go get this camera and fuck. My mum isn't home yet, but when she gets back, she's gonna see all the petals have dropped off the flowers. What I'm thinking here is if I can like grab this robe or curtain or whatever and sort of hold it up towards the lens and like sort of maybe have it around my head or something. I've seen heaps of people do this. I saw Sorella Moore, who's another Australian YouTuber who does a lot of self-portrait photography, so she did a really good video about this sort of stuff, which I'll link below. But I think if I can add some depth using this curtain and just play around with it, I think that could be a dope shot. I think it's going to be better if I take my shirt off. I don't know, it just seems more natural. Try putting my hand up on the lens. We got some people walking by just having a look at me because this is my front of my house. How are ya? It's the life of a YouTuber. You just learn not to give a fuck about what people think of you. For the next shot, we'll stay in this room, but there's this cool line on the ground which is very, very barely just half shadow and half light. This is the part where I wanted to shoot before because it was very harsh lighting and it was a definitive line where it was just light and then dark, but this is all we've got to play with, so we're still gonna make do with what we've got, but with a bit of editing we can make this line harsher in Lightroom. But yeah, let's give this next shot a go. Ouch! You know when it falls right on your bloody eyebrow bone? How good is self-portrait photography? We've also got some bamboo up here because the neighbours grew bamboo and this shit grows quickly. Like, I remember they didn't even plant it too long ago, and we've got this one overhanging branch which we can shoot through that as well. I think I'll keep my shirt on for these photos. So for this shot, I've got my aperture all the way down at f1.4 so that we can get the most depth. Anything that's really close to the lens is going to be super out of focus, but whatever I focus on is just going to be really sharp. My ISO is going to be as low as it possibly can, which is 50 on my camera. That just means we won't be getting any grain. I've got my shutter speed at 1/320th of a second. I've just spotted my cat Zara. She's waiting near her food. I reckon if we can try and get a shot of her here, that would be cool. Oh, if anyone has tips on how to direct a cat. What's that? This is so hard. Come on, here. Right there. Okay. Hey. I think she just wants to eat now. Shall we? Yeah? You want? Yes. Now I've taken all the photos, time to edit them. Let's edit them to a dope beat. Ready? 3, 2, 1, drop! I've never really put myself out there a bit more. Like I wouldn't usually take off my shirt and like do that sort of photography and like take a photo of myself like that, but I was like, fuck it, who cares, let's just do it. And that was probably one of my favorite shots. First shot is cool, it's just like me plainly looking at the camera, but then I put my hand up towards the camera to add that depth, which is a cool thing you can do. But that's a good thing that I always tell models to do, like putting their hands towards the lens can give a cool effect. I tried to get a photo of my eye, but it's so hard to focus on your eye when you don't have someone else to take the shots. If you literally move your head from here to like here, it's completely out of focus because I was shooting at 1.4. I held those bamboo things up there to add depth to these shots. We got these 3 main shots here, which I think if I was to do this shot again, I'd be closer, like slightly closer towards the camera and then have a lot more bamboo. Yeah, I think just shooting through things adds so much to photography, especially portraits. That's probably the biggest thing that I've learned. Then the last shots of my cat, it was hard to get her in focus because she's a cat and she's a moving object and living object. So what I did was I had my focus on manual. So I was holding the shutter and moving towards her. So it was going like and then we got this photo, which is the one that is in focus. Somehow we managed to get it. In Lightroom, I just brushed over her eye and put the texture up to 100, which just brings out all that detail. If you want to see all those photos, follow me on Instagram at 7thera, because that's where I post all of my content. Leave a like, help me out by hitting subscribe. And I'm also going to be giving away a Sigma 35mm f1.4 soon. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be in about a week or 2. So yeah, other than that, if you're thinking about creating some content today, don't think, just do.
Repetition, shop and blaze. Like Mini Mishi, my serving up every single plate. The hottest in the season, even summer looks away. Cause I got something to prove. I'm here cause I pay my dues. So please tell me something new. I'm in the